Welcome to this edition of the Forum. I'm your host, Sheila Evans. We have a great show in store for you today with an outstanding lineup of guests. We get our show started today by talking with Gloria Lee Taylor, Enrollment Specialist, and Allie Price, Family Specialist. It's time for pre-K registration, and they will tell us everything we need to know about enrollment. Then we're joined by Mary Brannock with Learning Perspectives Incorporated. She will tell us all about their programs and the work they do in our community. And finally, Laverne Pickett, Director of Career Technical Education, joins us. February is National CTE Month, and she will tell us about the events happening here in our school system. We've got a great edition of the Forum for you today, and we'll get started right after this short break.
When I was 6, my days were spent playing basketball. When I was 6, my dream was to make it to the NBA. When I was 6, my mom had a stroke.
I'm Paul George, and I want you to spot a stroke fast.
F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911.
Protect the ones you love.
Spot a stroke fast.
Now it's time for This Week in Bad Stats.
Bad stats?
Horrible stats. Here goes. 132.
That's how many batters struck out 4 times in one game last season.
Wow, very good. Here's a tough one, though. 3 and 4.
No idea.
That's how many kids witness bullying. 3 out of 4.
That's not a good stat.
No, it's not, but it can change. Kids want to help, but they don't know how. Visit stopbullying.gov and give them the tools they need to help prevent bullying.
There are plenty of safe ways kids can help at stopbullying.gov.
My next 2 guests are here to talk about New Hanover County Schools pre-K registration. I will have Gloria Lee Taylor, an enrollment specialist, and Allie Price, a family specialist. Gloria, let's start with you. Give us all the ins and outs and everything we need to know about pre-K registration.
Okay, we are doing our kickoff starting January 25th through the 29th here at Dale K. Spencer Building. It's 1802 South 15th Street.
Okay.
It's starting at 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. We are thrilled that we're starting a whole nother year, fun-filled excitement for the young ones. With the NC Pre-K, it's more geared to the 4-year-olds because they will be transitioning on into kindergarten.
Okay.
But we do have 3-year-olds for Head Start. And Allie can tell you a little bit more about Head Start in a moment.
Sure.
But we ask that all the parents please come with their documentation so we can make the whole process go smoothly. And it's not a first come, first serve at this point.
Okay. Tell us about that wonderful documentation. What do we need?
Allie will tell you all the documentations we need.
The documentation that we need for our funding programs is essential. We need the child's birth certificate. The Social Security card is optional. The immunization record, the most up-to-date immunization record. The Medicaid, Health Choice, or insurance card. And then, if applicable, if the child has an IEP, an individualized family service plan, we want you to bring those as well, or private speech goals.
Yes.
We need the parent or guardian ID. And along with that, we would need the appropriate guardianship paperwork if it is not the birth parent. The proof of residency, which would be a tax statement, a lease agreement, up to date, a monthly mortgage statement, or the New Hanover County Schools residency affidavit form. We also need your income verification for the year 2015. Something beneficial right now is that your W-2s and your tax returns are coming up. So we appreciate if you bring those. If not, we need a December 2015 pay stub to show what you worked throughout the year with your gross income. We also have a wage verification form if you're not currently working.
That was my next question.
Yes,
Provided from New Hanover County Schools, and we would have that at Dale K. Spencer or located on our website. And we want all that documentation on the day that you come, the week of the January 25th to the 29th, so that we can make sure we do that application appropriately with you off of the information that you provide.
And piggyback on what she's saying, the documentation all needs to be, we will not accept any documents that are not with the packet.
No partial packet.
No partial
You want
packets.
it
It all
all
has to
at the
be
same
at
time.
one time. If not, they can bring it back to us, and we'll process it then. But at the time, we will not process it unless the packet is completed. And we strongly suggest any children with special needs are welcome to apply.
Okay. As far as the birth certificate, are there any specific restrictions on that?
No, we'll take the certified and we'll take the mother's copies.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I didn't know if that would be like, oh, I don't have the one with the raised seal.
Yeah,
and, you
yeah,
know.
either or, it would be fine.
Perfect.
That would be fine.
Perfect. And folks are coming to the Spencer
The
building?
Spencer Building.
For that
18
week.
Yeah, for that whole week.
10
now
to
you can come
6.
10 to 6, and you can come after that and drop off your application. It's just a kickoff for that time. And we want to stress that it is income-based. So we, it's not it's a lottery. And it has different priorities that we take into effect to select the children that are coming, and i.e. it could be if your child has special needs, if you are military, if you are a household with a lot of children. So all that comes into play on processing your application.
Gotcha. What's the time frame for people to find out if they've got
They will know early June.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
And does it start year round or is it traditional?
Well, one of our sites just turned year round.
Okay.
That's Gregory, I do believe.
It's Rachel Freeman.
Rachel Freeman, I'm sorry. And it's up till June.
Okay.
So you're starting from September to June.
Gotcha. Okay. Allie, let's jump to you. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the pre-K program?
So our sites that we currently have are Rachel Freeman, which will be a year-round school, Wrightsboro, Castle Hayne, Howe Pre-K, College Road Early Child Center, and Dorothy B. Johnson Early Childhood Education Center. Our two that are strictly pre-K are the Howe Pre-K and Dorothy B. Johnson. And then we do also have private sites available.
Right. We have 15 sites in total. And the private sites are the Child Care Network 83, 128, 127, 159. Then we have Kids and Company, Newkirk, and Kids and Company College, and the SPEC.
Oh, okay. Very good. So there's a lot of opportunity
Oh,
out there.
yes.
And something that we stress is that we do have both NC Pre-K and Head Start.
Yes.
And so we encourage any 3 or 4-year-old that turns 3 or 4 before August 31st, 2016 to apply. And we do also encourage our dual language learners.
Yes.
Okay. Tell us the difference between Head Start and NC Pre-K.
NC Pre-K is strictly 4-year-olds and
Okay.
Head Start is 3 and 4-year-olds. Our Head Start program at the time is currently only at Dorothy B. Johnson, but we do have NC Pre-K available there as well.
Yes.
We like to say that we are one cohesive program, and both programs are providing comprehensive services for our children at this time. We stress that they're getting their physicals done, they're getting their dental
dentals,
work done, their immunizations are up to date, things along those matters, and we're working with those families to make sure that they're having the best experience to prepare them for kindergarten.
Very good. We talked about how it's 1 week long, but people can bring their packet if they have it all to drop it off.
Yes.
And do they drop it off here at the
They're
Spencer building?
dropping it off at the Spencer Building. Myself or Miss Samantha Key, who works with me, will be greatly appreciated to just take your application and start processing them, put them in the system.
Is transportation provided?
Transportation is provided to some sites. With our private sites, it varies. And it's district-based. We want to really stress that with the parents, that it's going by your district. If you go to the private site, that's another different entity within itself.
And you just have to worry
And
about
you
if they
just
have
have
it in
to-
their vans and that kind of
Exactly,
stuff.
And with the public sites, it's not always guaranteed. We are
Right.
lucky to have the funding this year to have transportation for a majority of our children. Some of our children who live out of district but are in the program, because they did get accepted, they may have to be parent transport. Transportation is always a privilege, not a guarantee.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
And then
Okay.
after school also. That's another factor too.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
True, that's true. So January 25th through the 29th, here at the Spencer Building,
Yes.
10 to 6.
That's it.
All right.
And then we will be accepting after that.
Right.
That is just a kickoff.
They will drop them off at
Yes.
that point. But if they had questions or confused
Oh,
about
feel
anything,
free.
that week would be the ideal time to
Yes, definitely,
come. Okay.
definitely.
Thank you, ladies, for stopping by and
Thank
giving us
you.
an update. And we'll be back in a few minutes, right after these messages.
A listen now? Can you hear the bluebirds? Oh, look up now. Can you feel the sun?
What state am I?
I'm the largest state east of the Mississippi River. My nickname is the Peach State. The 1996 Summer Olympics were held here. Do you know who I am? If you guessed Georgia, you're right. I received statehood in 1788.
This United States factoid has been brought to you by New Hanover County Schools on the Learning Network of the Cape Fear.
I am joined by Mary Brannock. She's the Director of Development for Learning Perspectives Incorporated. Mary, tell us a little bit about what Learning Perspectives do.
At Learning Perspectives, we really strive to make the community stronger, and how we do that is we work one-on-one with those who have developmental disabilities. We also provide behavioral mentoring, but what we mainly do is we provide supported employment, and what that entails is that anyone who has any kind of barrier to working, we help them find valuable work.
Okay. And who would your clients typically be?
Our clients, there's a very wide net that's cast for who receives services. They can be anyone who's had any kind of mental illness that's receiving treatment, substance abuse that's receiving treatment. Homelessness is a big one. High school students looking for their first job. So there's a different cast of people who receive services.
Okay. How do people get referred to you?
Vocational rehabilitation, or VR as we call it. So what people need to do for that is they just need to call up the VR office here. It's off of Randall. They call there, they make an appointment for an orientation, and then at orientation they're just informed about what VR does, what we do, and then at that point they'll pick their organization that they want to work with, and hopefully it'll be LPI. And then we get them into job development and training for those specific skill sets that they'll need to have on the job.
So the referral have to come from them?
Yes,
okay.
They're all from vocational rehabilitation.
So even if we had a viewer here that's a student in high school, they would reach out to them and then, okay.
Absolutely.
Very good. Who supports you?
So luckily, we're so lucky in Wilmington because the community is great. Everyone's involved, everyone from businesses to nonprofits. Some of the businesses offhand, Sam's Hot Dog Stand, they're great. Walmart. So we have everything from entry-level positions to people who are looking to be teachers, environmental engineers. So we have a lot of different state programs as well. UNCW's been great, and Walmart, Kmart, Food Line, all of those.
Okay. How successful is the program?
So this past year alone, we were able to place over 80 people into valuable work. Yeah, it was great. So we were able to do that. And with 90 to 95% of those individuals working, they were able to retain their job after 6 months. So one of the great things is that we don't just stop when placing someone into a job. We do a lot of external care. Sometimes it's just a phone call to say, how was work today? We do a lot of conflict resolution and things like that too. Okay.
Tell me what CRP is and how yours is different.
So a CRP is a community resource program.
Okay.
And what that entails is that, what we do is that we're locally owned by local clinicians, so we're more able to help these individuals find work that, we know what their likes are, we know what their dislikes are. We build a relationship with them as well as with the community and those businesses that are employing. So that way we can better create a more symbiotic relationship.
Good match.
Exactly.
Okay. Why should community members choose your organization to assist them with employment?
So what we do is really build that relationship up, and we really want to get to know those people. Sometimes, a lot of the high school students come, they don't know what they want to do. And so, we do a lot of different trainings and things like that to help get them ready to understand, what do you really want to do? What's going to be good for right now? What's going to be good for later? What's good for your future? Things like that.
Okay. Is there a fee involved for any of your clients?
No, it's all free. Everything's free through vocational rehabilitation, so it's state funded.
Okay. Can you tell us a success story?
Yeah, we have these every day, which is so great. Thinking off the top of my head, there's somebody that we had come to us who was homeless, who had substance abuse issues, who was suicidal at one point. You know, we got him into the right treatment. He was able to become sober, find, you know, suitable housing, and he's still working now. So, and this happened over a year ago. So, and we keep up that long-term treatment too.
Do you have to do a follow-up like a year later to see how they're doing?
We have clients from 6 years ago that we still talk to on a regular basis. You know, it's really a relationship that you build, and you want to foster that.
So there's no ending necessarily.
No ending.
Okay. And how many people do you think you'll place this year?
Gosh,
what are you hoping for?
Well, I hope it's over 86. That was this year, so I really hope that we're getting into the 90s. So,
okay.
Hoping for that.
How do you get the word out to folks that this is what you do?
We'll do a lot of outreach, so we'll go to different events at the schools, transition fairs, things like that. Vocational rehabilitation, they've been good at trying to get the word out, but we really want more people to know that these services are out there and available.
Okay. And typically, what kind of high school students would it be that you are helping?
Anyone who wants a job. So a lot of times there's the occupational preparation courses, so those individuals who really want to go straight into work.
Right.
Or even somebody who's saying, hey, I need to work when I go through college. I don't know, you know, the first steps of working. How do I do an interview? How do I, you know, build my resume? Things like that. Or how do I resolve conflicts with coworkers, or employers? Same thing, just, you know, different.
So they get the referral, or do they go to VR? They get the referral to go to you, and then what does it look like for a student? Do they come in and meet with you, tell you what they think they'd like to do, and then you assess what kind of training you think they need?
Yeah, I think that the most important thing is to listen to them. You know, if they say, hey, I really want to cut hair, I really want to do this, I want to do that, you know, if they want to cut hair, then we'll get them set up with the right schools. Sometimes vocational rehabilitation can help with that as well. You know, and it's just really, we're involved in the schools. We're in there all the time.
Good.
We're also, you know, they can meet at our office. Sometimes we go to their homes. You know, it's just whatever's suitable to them.
Well, you can't go wrong.
No.
Anything else you'd like to share with us?
I think that's all.
Okay. Well, good work. Hopefully some folks will be reaching out to get your help.
I hope so too.
We'll be back in a few minutes, right after these messages.
Let's see what's for lunch today. What are you having?
Tacos, great. We had meatloaf, mashed potatoes, and peas.
What's this? Looks good.
We had beef stew, noodles, pudding, and whole milk.
You know, today's school lunches are more nutritious and have better variety.
They're totally awesome.
It is definitely not your parents' school lunch anymore.
A message from the American School Food Service Association.
This is why you get by on 4 hours sleep. Why you took a second job. This is why you taught yourself how to fix the plumbing. And spend hours juggling the bills. This is why you'll do whatever it takes to keep your home. And that is why we want to help. We are making home affordable, a free government resource that can make paying the mortgage easier. Now more options are available. Call 888-995-HOPE to talk one-on-one with a housing expert today.
I am joined by Laverne Pickett. She's the Career Technical Education Supervisor for New Hanover County Schools. And February is Career Technical Education Month. Laverne, tell us a little bit about the month and maybe what's going on to celebrate it.
Okay. Career and Technical Education Month is a national month for Career Tech to showcase all that we offer in our schools related to career and technical education. So it gives us an opportunity to showcase not only the school, the community, but also parents so that they can become familiar with what's available and what the options are for the students.
Okay. Do we have anything special going on this month?
Oh, there'll be lots of activities going on.
Well, fill us in.
Okay. Some of the activities that they'll hear about going on in the schools, a showcase, elective showcase in which our programs will be showcased and highlighted by all schools, all of the unique programs that they offer. Students, for the most part, will be telling other people about what they have learned, what the programs are about, and what opportunities they have been provided through those programs. Also an opportunity for parents to come out to the schools, and they would have to check each individual school for the schedule of the showcase for their school, but parents will have an opportunity to come out and view the displays that the students have representing those programs, as well as rising ninth grade students will have an opportunity to come in and ask other students about what those programs are about. And some of the schools, they will do school tours with the groups that come through the school. And it's also an opportunity for anybody in the community that is not familiar with career and technical education to be able to come in and view those showcase electives that are being displayed. Existing students are always welcome. So if there are students in the building that we always get that comment of, I didn't know we offered that at our school. That's a great opportunity for some of the existing students to also become familiar about programs that are right in the building.
Makes sense. Now, are these showcases during the school day, or are they late, after school?
Some of the schools have it set up so that we're providing transportation for rising ninth graders from feeder schools to come over, so that's during the school day. So some of the showcases may be in conjunction with maybe a parent-teacher association meeting. They may have some displays set up and an opportunity in the evening for parents and families that would like to come in and view them. So it varies from school to school, so they will have to check with the individual schools to find out what those schedules are.
So is the objective for each school to showcase every elective that they have that falls into the CTE curriculum?
What they do, that elective showcase time is for all electives. It's not just CTE. But because our program, we offer so many programs, it ends up looking like it's pretty much a CTE showcase. But that showcase will represent all electives that are offered in the school.
And it has a theme this year, is that correct?
Yes. Our theme this year is
opportunities for career success.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, opportunities for career success. So they'll have guest speakers coming in during the day in the school buildings. You will, for middle school students, because we offer middle school career tech programs, but what will happen with them, we will have the business community opening their doors to do students at work for middle school students. So many of the businesses in the community will open their doors to allow middle school tours and some job shadowing of business opportunities or career opportunities within those buildings. Some businesses are choosing to come into the schools, so bring some hands-on kinds of things that the students can view, see, touch, try as a representation of their business.
Okay, and will all middle schools do this?
All middle schools will have an opportunity to participate. These are volunteers coming in or opening their doors, so we're working with those businesses and because they're volunteering, some of them have asked specifically for certain schools, and so we're working with them. But what we're trying to do is to make sure all schools have an opportunity or are given some opportunities for their students.
Okay. Tell me about Students at Work.
Students at Work is a statewide initiative. It's not just a local initiative. It will go far beyond February. It will go into March as well. The week before spring break, we'll have groups of students taking advantage of going out and into businesses. There are lots of businesses that are opening their doors depending on how they're equipped to handle groups of students. So what we try to do with the middle school students is identify groups of students interested in particular career areas and make sure that they get the opportunity to have some of those hands-on experiences or either get to talk to some of the people in the businesses or shadow some of these people so that they can get a clearer view of what the workforce is like in that particular career area.
What kind of career areas are we talking about? Can you give us one example?
Well, I can give you several examples,
well,
okay?
throw one out there.
Okay, throw one out there. Engineering is huge right
Okay.
now. And so we have some of our GE is willing to open their door. We have Corning
nice.
opening their doors. They don't necessarily, they can't accommodate groups, so some of them are offering volunteers to come into the school, but to do some hands-on kinds of things to represent or replicate what's going on in the business. So engineering is one big area that I know is huge that is opening to our school community to give the students an opportunity to ask additional questions. Some students, if it's a small environment or a small department, get to shadow. So that's also another opportunity one-on-one with someone in that particular career area.
Nice, very nice. Because how many middle schoolers really know what engineering means?
They really and truly don't.
So broad.
It's so broad, and the newest phase of engineering in the schools is coding, helping kids to learn how to write codes for robotics and those kinds of things.
Wow.
It's huge. It's huge.
Well, Laverne, thanks for sharing that with us, and hopefully a lot of folks will come out to those showcases. We'll be back in a few minutes, right after these messages.
Listen up, Energy Hogs. We got a real porker of a house here. Get in there and waste some energy.
There's no insulation, boss. It's hog heaven.
Leaky windows, too. This is gonna be a breeze. Perfect. Go wild and waste some wattage.
Time to tan. Oh, there's hot water for just one pair of pants. My kind of place.
Wow, this thing's so old it's gonna take me hours to get dry.
Keep wasting. They'll never know what hit them till they get the energy bill.
What the? Boss, they're home! And they've got energy-efficient bulbs!
You've got the power to get rid of energy hogs. You can help your parents add insulation, put in Energy Star appliances, and lots of other things to make your home hog-free. Find out how at energyhog.org and play fun games, too.
Oh, retreat! Retreat!
Go to energyhog.org and get the energy hogs out of your home.
Hey, wait for me!
We hope you've enjoyed our program today. Pre-K registration kickoff is January 25th through the 29th at the Dale K. Spencer Building. For all the details, go to www.nhcs.net/pre-K. You can also call their office at 254-4390 if you have any questions. If you would like to learn more about Learning Perspectives Incorporated, you can contact Mary Brannock at 252-269-0971. And to learn more about New Hanover County Schools' career technical education programs, visit www.nhcs.net/workforce. Now, if you ever have any questions about the topics we discussed here today on the show, please call the school system's public relations office at 254-4180. I'm Sheila Evans, and thanks for joining me today.